A doubleheader of CCIW hoops is on tap today at R.A. Faganell Hall. Both the men's and women's teams from Elmhurst College and North Central College will duel here in the western suburbs of Chicago. And let's send it down to the court as we get tonight's starting lineups for the women's contest. And those are your starting lineups for this afternoon's contest between the Elmhurst and North Central women's teams. This game will be followed about a half hour afterward by the men's contest between the Blue Jays and Cardinals. Well, let's get into it. Elmhurst enters this one at 8-8 on the season. They're 4-3 in CCIW play. They've had trouble connecting wins together in the middle of this season. They haven't really gone on any kinds of streak. It's been a win, a loss, a win, a loss. They're coming off a loss at Carthage College from last Saturday. So they had quite a break, a full week off, and now they take on this North Central squad. On the other side, the Cardinals are having a bit of a down year. North Central sits at 4-12 on the season, 2-5 in CCIW play, and they are 0-4 in true road games, so that does not bode well for them today here at R.A. Faganell Hall. Again, thanks for joining us on Blue Jay TV. I'm Jason Doro. We appreciate you coming aboard for what should be a great afternoon and evening of basketball here in Elmhurst. North Central of late has not played great either. They've lost their last 2 and 5 of their last 7. This looks like a game that Elmhurst should be able to handle and potentially move to 5-3 in conference. The Blue Jays, by the way, are 6-3 at home, or 5-3 at home, excuse me. A win today would move them to 6-3. So they're performing well here at R.A. Faganell Hall. North Central in black and red, Elmhurst in the light blue. The ball in the center circle, and we're underway. Cardinals win the tip. It's Lindsey Brennan with it. Dribbling right, guarded tightly. Off to Maya Walls, one of the top scorers for the Cardinals this season. Shot tossed up by Michaela Reedy, no good. Ball out of bounds on the far side, and we'll keep it on this end. North Central is coached by Michelle Roof in her 7th year at the head of the Cardinals. Entered this season at 89-91. She's been a head coach for a total of 11 seasons and held a record slightly above 500 in those almost dozen years. This is Hannah Vitkus, a sophomore out of St. Charles, Illinois. Michaela Eppard, the All-American, brings down that rebound. So here's Elmhurst with their first possession of the afternoon. Eppard posting up, left-handed move, and she lays it off the glass. An easy bucket for the senior forward. Eppard enters this one with 17 points per game and over 11 rebounds. She's averaging a double-double. 3 on the way from Mason Whipple, no good, off the bounce. Almost tied up in the lane, but eventually the Blue Jays come away with it. Cross-court pass to the corner for Bailey, deflected out of bounds. Good job by Michaela Reedy to track back and get a finger on it. Hannah Henderson, the trigger here, gets it into Logan. Now Eppard. They're giving her space. Crossover dribble, left-handed hook. Good off the bank. Another easy deuce for the senior. She's got 4. Elmhurst leads 4-0. Brennan breaks a little full court pressure. Tosses it up with the left. It rolls off. Offensive rebound for Vitkus. Her putback no good. Elmhurst has a chance to extend the lead. Wyrick with a hesitation move off to Eppard, who fakes the shot and then has her shot blocked. Blue Jays will reset with a cross-court pass. Henderson on the drive, right-handed shot. No good, but she drew the foul. The foul will be against Hannah Vitkus. Sophomore forward picks up her first. Also the first team foul against North Central here. Henderson at the stripe, a senior guard out of Palos Heights, Illinois, averaging 9 points per game. She connects on number 1 as Hannah Vitkus goes off to the bench and Natalie Dimitrova comes into the game. Henderson shooting 63% of the stripe, and she hits them both. And Elmhurst continues to supply some pressure in the backcourt. They're looking for a trap near half court. This is some stifling defense from Elmhurst in the early going. Crossover dribble from Michaela Reedy off to Whipple, who plays point. Dimitrova fakes the shot into the paint. Now she's on the deck trying to rip it away from the Blue Jays, and it's tied up. Tevny Carrillo comes into this one and says, we want to press right away. And, well, Michelle Roof apparently wants to do the same thing. Here's some full court pressure now from the Cardinals with Elmhurst up 6-0. They bounce it into Wyrick, and let's see if they clear it out for the point guard. Potentially a trap here from North Central. 2 seconds to get across here, and Elmhurst does. Good job by the Blue Jay backcourt. Eppert trying to take it herself, and she loses it off her own leg, says the official. Eppert will definitely have an advantage inside. The 5'11" senior out of Edgewood, Colorado, should be able to work the block this afternoon. More full court pressure, and the Cardinals having trouble with it. Whipple this time breaks it to the corner for 3. Shot comes up a little short out of the hand of Reedy. And now Tevny Carrillo will slow things up slightly. Point guard for this Elmhurst team is Kelly Wyrick, a freshman guard. She has it right now. Crossover dribble, left-handed drive. Pass into Eppard, who misses the bunny. And now they'll pass it back out with a fresh shot clock. Jasmine Bailey, a good three-point shooter, fakes the shot. Pocket pass off to the corner. Gets away from Lisa Logan for a second. Still time for Elmhurst. Here's Bailey for 3. A tad too strong. Long rebound. Bounces out to Bailey. Another fresh shot clock. Here's Eppard on the spin. Left-handed hook. Off back rim. No good. Rebounded by the Cardinals. And they whistle the Blue Jays. Eppard picks up foul number 1 of the contest. It was Maya Walls on the rebound, a sophomore forward out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who averages more than 5 rebounds per game. Plays about 26 minutes per contest for North Central. We should call her name a fair amount this afternoon, and here she is dribbling it up to the corner. Jessica Dolly, her shot no good, gets her own rebound. Good hustle from the sophomore. Inside, it's Dimitrova. Misses her hook shot. And now they whistle the Cardinals. The foul issued to Maya Walls. She picks up number 1 of the afternoon. Second team foul against North Central. Some offensive woes for both sides here. And it wouldn't be too surprising if we had a defensive struggle this afternoon, considering Elmhurst averages about 70 points per game. Here's Wyrick with a long 3, and she swishes it. Wyrick showing off the range to put Elmhurst up 9-0. As I was saying, Elmhurst averages 70 points per game. North Central averages just over 62. It's not an offensive-oriented team for these Cardinals. And you see there, again, they miss a shot inside. It was Dimitrova with a chance on the left block. Entry pass for Eppard, poked away. Bailey up top, back to Eppard. Cardinals bring the double. And on the spin, they call a foul. And let's take another look here. Henderson draws the double, which gives Wyrick enough time to toss up that three and nail it. Tethny Carrillo sends in some subs. Eppard heads to the bench, as does Hannah Henderson. Kayla Jones into the game here, as well as Julia Madrid. Lisa Logan, blocked. Good defense from Dimitrova, would not give up position. Pass intercepted in the backcourt. Bailey's left all alone for three. Shot no good, offensive rebound Madrid. Back out for Bailey, who pushes it far side for Jones. Her triple up and good. A 12-0 run for Elmhurst to start this game, and let's take another look. Bailey frees up Jones, who connects on the triple. North Central needing some offense early, and a foul called on the drive. And why not? One more look. Jones, the senior forward, buries the three. North Central ball underneath after the foul. 2 fouls now against Elmhurst in the quarter. And there is just a lid on the bucket right now. That was Paige Dessenberg trying to hit the layup from the left block. The ball stays with the Cardinals, down by a dozen. And before North Central can enter the ball, we have another whistle. This foul is issued to Lisa Logan, running through a screen near the free throw line. 3 fouls to each side in the quarter, about halfway through our first period. Poked away momentarily by Wyrick. The Cardinals get it back. Tripped inside is Jessica Dawley, and now the ball is tied up in the corner. Some messy basketball here on the right end, and there you see Dawley trip. Possession tied up by Jones. The arrow points to North Central, who, as we were saying earlier, hasn't had a whole lot of success offensively this year. Traditionally, a great offensive team. They averaged almost 90 points per game last year. If you go back to 2014, 2015, this Cardinal team led the nation in scoring with almost 93 points per contest. They also led the country in three-point field goals with almost 14 per game. Michelle Roof has put together some offensive powerhouses, but not this season. And now the Cardinals are on the board. It was Paige Dessenberg with the offensive rebound and the putback. And now Elmhurst throws away the inbound pass. Here's another look. The layup missed by Foley. But Dessenberg, a freshman guard, connected to make it 12-2. A wave of subs for Elmhurst. Eppard back in the contest. Bounce pass inside. Space for Dessenberg. Her shot deflected. Good defense from the Blue Jays inside, including from Georgia Garvey, a sophomore guard from Australia. This three rattles off, poked out of bounds on the baseline, and will go to the other end. A double-digit lead in the early going at R.A. Faganell Hall for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Tethny Carrillo and her Blue Jays looking to move above 500. They're 8-8 on the year. An offensive rebound and another possession here for North Central. Near side, Dimitrova, guarded by Eppard. That will be a tough matchup for her. Scoop shot missed by Hayden Braun. Didn't catch any rim on the contested layup. And after a bit of a dry spell, let's see if Elmhurst can do something here in the half court. Inside, it's Eppert. Fakes a pass. Double team. Rips through. Out to the corner for Garvey. Her triple on the way. Off rim. Bounces far side. Offensive rebound for Hannah Henderson. She tracks it down. Here's Jones. Cut off on the baseline. They swing it around for Henderson again. Left-handed dribble. Fires it up. This one rolls around. No good. Rebound for Natalie Dimitrova. Dimitrova's a sophomore forward out of Wheeling, Illinois. Again, it's Hayden Braun trying the lefty hook shot, and it's no good. Henderson has to pick it up near midcourt. Cross-court pass Jones. Has some space for three. A little too long. Offensive rebound brought down by Garvey. Here's Eppert. Has to throw it out to Jones. Jones has one triple earlier in this contest. Madrid on the block. Right-handed shot, good. Julia Madrid backs down her defender. She knows she has a size advantage on Braun, and she makes the most of it. Madrid, a junior forward from Carlsbad, California, averaging just 2 points a game. Plays about 8 minutes a contest. This entry pass stolen away by Jones. She wants to push herself. Far side Eppert, who will try a three. Yes! And if Michaela Eppert is hitting from deep, she is darn near unstoppable. Here's another look at the All-American hitting the three. 7 points now for Michaela Eppert on 3 of 6 shooting, and North Central calls timeout. 17-2. A huge lead here for Elmhurst about 8 minutes in. And we'll take one more look here. The pass from Jones out to Eppert. Nothing but net. The Blue Jays are shooting 37% from the field. North Central has connected just once. They are 1 of 17, which equates to a field goal percentage of 6. They've taken 4 threes and haven't connected on any of those, obviously. More full court pressure for Elmhurst. They are unrelenting right now in the first period. We'll see if Michelle Roof has found an equation to put the ball in the basket. Three-pointer on the way for the Cardinals, no good. The ball bounces to the free throw line, and Henderson wants to go one-on-one to the other end. Her lefty shot no good. Offensive rebound Eppert. Her putback no good. It bounces out of bounds on the end line and stays with the Blue Jays. Henderson will trigger. Jones, Garvey, Eppert, and Madrid, the other 4 Blue Jays on the court. As we have a brief pause with an official at the scorer's table. Here's a replay at Henderson's layup. Too high off the glass. A little too much mustard on it, too. And now we resume play. Inbound pass to Jones. Right wing. Picks it up. Right back to Henderson. Dashes to the baseline. Off to Madrid, who has to rip it out. Blue Jays still swinging it around. Now inside. Henderson back out to Jones. Left open for 3. A little too strong. Rebound batted around. Eventually picked up by the Cardinals. It was Selena Juarez with the board. Sierra O'Neal on the drive. Out to the corner for Andrea Dickerson. She misses the triple. Dickerson, a transfer from Murray State University. She was a former walk-on there. Now a junior for North Central. Less than a minute remaining in our first period. Cross-court pass, Henderson. Good on the 3. North Central is giving Elmhurst what they want from deep, and the Blue Jays are connecting. That layup rolls around and off. Mason Whipple almost got it to drop. Blue Jay ball again. Shot clock off before halftime. Eppard with the easy deuce inside. And credit Julia Madrid for the entry pass. Madrid will get an assist there. A 20-point spread at R.A. Faganell Hall in quarter number 1. Whipple cutting, loses the rock, and time expires on period number 1. A dominant first quarter for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, and there's the pass from Madrid. She keeps it high for Eppard, who lays it in with the left hand to go up 22-2. So Tevni Carrillo and the Elmhurst Blue Jays out to a huge early lead. The Blue Jays 8-8 on the season. They're coming off a loss in Kenosha against Carthage College. That was last Saturday. They had the whole week to regroup and figure out this contest against North Central. And it looks like that time is paying off. The Cardinals do come in at 4-12, though. This is a matchup that Elmhurst should be able to exploit. Let's take a quick look, actually, at the CCIW women's basketball standings here as we break for the end of the first quarter. Illinois Wesleyan is atop the CCIW at 7-0, the only undefeated team left in the conference. Wheaton right below them at 6-2. Augustana and Carthage, as well as Elmhurst, are tied up in third, all at 4-3. North Park sits below that trio at 3-4. Then Carroll and North Central are tied up in seventh at 2-5. Milliken has yet to pull out a win this season. They sit at 0-7 in CCIW action. Elmhurst has gone back and forth in the calendar year of 2018. They started off in January with a win at Milliken by 5 points. Then they lost to Illinois Wesleyan, followed that up with a win against North Park, 65-53, before losing to Carthage. This season has really been back and forth for these Blue Jays, and now in late January, it's time to go on a streak. 22-2 as we start period number 2. Eppard with a ball fake. Far side, it's Courtney O'Donnell seeing her first minutes of the night. She can't corral the entry pass from Eppard. And North Central has some numbers here. Lindsey Brennan lines up a 3. No good. Offensive rebound brought down by Michaela Reedy. Another chance for Brennan. Tosses up the floater. Too strong. Rebound for Eppard. Eppard with some great stats already. 9 points and 7 rebounds. You can essentially assume she will hit double-double numbers this afternoon. Wyrick into Eppard. She has great position, and it makes for an easy bucket. Wyrick had great vision to find Eppard there, and just a perfectly placed pass. Wyrick with 3 points and assist here in the first couple minutes of quarter number 2. Now a whistle underneath. The foul's against Elmhurst, and it was against Courtney O'Donnell. She picks up her first, and the first team foul against Elmhurst in the quarter. Cardinals get it inside on the inbound pass, but Hannah Vitkus can't finish. Wyrick playing point. Left-handed shot blocked out of bounds on the baseline. Wyrick pretty short at 5'4", dribbles into a double team there, and tough to make a shot when you got 2 bodies against you on the block. North Central in a zone here as Elmhurst inbounds, leading 24-2. Lisa Logan tries the 3. Too short off rim, tracked down by the Cardinals. More full court pressure by Wyrick. She's been challenging Mason Whipple. It'll be fun to see these point guards go at it this afternoon. Bunny missed by the Cardinals. Another chance off the offensive rebound, and the 3 is good from Michaela Reedy. Reedy, a senior guard out of East Peoria, Illinois. And you take another look at her hitting the tray. Reedy hits right around 33% from deep, averaging almost 4 points per game. Elmhurst with a rare turnover there. North Central takes it back. Aiden Braun at the point, guarded by Lisa Logan. Inside drive, left-handed scoop shot, no good. Eppert brings it down. Both Braun and Whipple have really tried that left-handed scoop from the left block, and it hasn't dropped. 24-5. And the zone from North Central is confusing the Blue Jays a little bit. It's making it tougher for Elmhurst to enter for Eppert. The cross-court passes are definitely open, and it's freeing up threes. But getting inside has become more difficult for Elmhurst. Bailey with a head fake, dribbles in. High pass out for Wyrick. Eppert up top, doubled. Now Bailey, her three on the way. Yes! Jasmine Bailey, that's her shot. Her first three of the afternoon. Elmhurst up 22. Jessica Dolly has to back it out for Maya Walls. High pass to the corner. Lost by North Central. Now back to Walls. Three on the way from Reedy. She rattles it in. And the Cardinals will need to hit some of those if they want to get back in this contest. North Central now 2 of 9 from deep. O'Donnell, right-handed shot, blocked, but she also drew a foul. Good strong move by O'Donnell. She collects, middle of the paint, moves right, and draws the body contact. O'Donnell is a freshman forward from New Lenox. Her first free throw up and clangs off. O'Donnell coming into this game was 2 of 4 from the free throw line, now 2 of 5 on the season. Playing about 6 minutes per game. This is her 8th appearance on the year for Elmhurst, and she connects on free throw number 2. Whipple breaking the press. Walls, corner three up. Hits the side of the backboard. Jasmine Bailey collects. And Bailey will play point. Now the Blue Jays swing it around. Back to Bailey. Bailey works off a screen from Eppert. Cross-court pass, Logan to the baseline. Her shot up. Clangs off. Offensive rebound by Eppert. She lost it, though. Logan picks it up on the baseline, and Tethny Carrillo immediately takes timeout. Heads-up job by the Blue Jays here. Hard to tell if Logan called that timeout as she was sliding to the ground or if Carrillo had come out near midcourt and called for the timeout. Carrillo was well off the bench to ensure that Elmhurst would maintain possession off that loose ball. Tethny Carrillo's in her 11th season, leading the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Last year, Elmhurst had the most CCIW wins they've had since 1991 and the most overall wins they've had since 1986. They went 19-7 and 11-5 in CCIW play. Both marks that will be hard to match this year, with Elmhurst sitting at 8-8 on the year and 4-3 in conference action. Nonetheless, Tethny Carrillo has the arrow pointed in the right direction. Inbound pass to O'Donnell, who's sent away. Numbers for North Central. On the drive, it was Dessenberg, and they'll call her for the charge. We had to wait a second to get the call from the official. The entire Elmhurst bench was up, standing and waiting to hear about the charge, and eventually they got it. So the foul on Dessenberg, number 2 of the quarter against North Central. Wyrick doubled in the backcourt, flings it off for Lisa Logan, who walks across the timeline. Logan around to Bailey. Now Wyrick open for 3. Good on the tray. Elmhurst is hitting a great clip from deep. Now 6 of 13 on their triples, and they lead by 23. Reedy on the drive, draws the foul. this is the point if you're Michelle Roof. You can tell your team that you got to force some fouls. You have to work it inside and get points where you can. Reedy at the stripe, and she hits number 1. Reedy, a senior guard, 5'9", out of East Peoria. Went to East Peoria High School as well. And entering this game, she was 8 of 10 at the free throw line. A plethora of subs has entered here for both teams. For the Blue Jays, Wyrick, Henderson, Bailey, Jones, and then O'Donnell on the court. Free throw no good. Brought down by Jones. And Michelle Roof continues to change up her defense for North Central. Here's Julia Madrid, blocked. Wyrick corralled on the baseline and then threw it off the leg of Michaela Reedy in order to maintain possession. Heads up play by Wyrick. She knew she was going to fall out of bounds. 2-3 zone on the inbound pass, again from North Central. Blue Jays chuck it up top for Henderson. And the zone keeps extending out and out towards half court as the Cardinals look to force some turnovers. Bailey to the baseline, throws it up, blocked, and the Cardinals take possession, and they call a shot clock violation before North Central supposedly maintained possession. And right now Michelle Roof is shouting at the officials. She definitely thought that the Cardinals had the rock, that they had possession before that shot clock went off. She wanted to go in transition. Nonetheless, North Central will have to work in the half court. Blue Jays content to work in a man-to-man defense this afternoon. And it's been working, up by 22 points. That shot no good. A contested layup from the left side. Jones tried to feed Madrid, but overthrew her. Now Jones reaches in for the steal in the backcourt and will be charged with the foul. Not a great series there for the senior forward, but nothing hurt for Elmhurst. Carrillo will dip into the bench here and brings in Marissa Urso to replace Kelly Wyrick. Urso, a freshman guard from St. Charles, went to St. Charles East High School. Urso playing just about 7 minutes per game and has appeared in 7 contests for Elmhurst. Crossover dribble from Dessenberg. Has some space in the paint. Now she's tied up. Heads up play by Hannah Henderson to get her hands on the basketball. The possession arrow does point to North Central as Dessenberg jogs off. And they call an illegal screen before North Central could inbound the rock. It goes against Selena Juarez, junior forward out of Woodstock. 3 fouls for each team in this quarter now. Henderson, the 3. It's stuck against the backboard, rolled off, and then it was Madrid with the rebound and the putback. You don't normally see a roll like that on a hard 3-point shot. On the other end, North Central with the and one. Rebecca Foley with the scoop shot from the right side and the foul. Foley with a nice cut through the lane. Knifes to the basket and lays it off the glass. The foul goes on Kayla Jones. Another wave of subs enters with the score standing at 33-11. Foley at the stripe. Freshman misses the layup and Jones responds with the rebound. Four fouls now against Elmhurst in the quarter. North Central will be in the bonus the rest of the way. 3-pointer from the corner. No good. That was Georgia Garvey the sophomore out of Gold Coast, Australia, trying the corner triple. Dickerson on the handoff. Now Whipple throws it up and misses the shot. She drew the foul, though, and will head to the strike. We've seen Mason Whipple do battle with Kelly Wyrick a lot so far in this game. Now it's Marissa Urso in at point guard for Elmhurst, and maybe Whipple will try to take advantage here. She hits free throw number 1. Whipple shoots 72% at the stripe, averaging in double figures, 11 points per contest. She started every game but one this season for North Central, who continues to apply pressure in the backcourt. Urso's bounce pass across the timeline, stolen away. And now a foul against Elmhurst. The foul goes on Marissa Urso. She picks up number 2. And North Central should be in the bonus here. And eventually, yes, the officials will line them up for free throws. Whipple right back to the stripe, the senior guard out of Byron. Free throw number 1 is good. Whipple, a chemistry major. Last year, or excuse me, 2 years ago, led this North Central team in scoring and assists. Her 135 assists that year ranked 6th on the single season record list at North Central College. She hit both free throws. That's a 6-0 run now for North Central, and Elmhurst turns it over. Julia Madrid traveled as she received the entry pass from the corner. Elmhurst's biggest lead of the night was 33-9, up by 24. North Central has gone on a 6-0 run since. The 3 there, no good. Long rebound and then transition for Elmhurst, but again, the Blue Jays turn it away. Elmhurst has been great in the half court, shooting the ball really well from 3. They're 6 of 15 from deep, so they've got 18 of their 33 points on three-pointers. Henderson with the strip. Can she go coast to coast? She sure can. Left-handed layup off the bank. And that ends the brief Elmhurst skid. Whipple loses it on the deck. Can't connect with a teammate on the pass from her behind. Garvey from the corner. Her shot rattles off. Offensive rebound for Urso. They swing it around. Jones on the baseline. High arcing shot drops. The senior buries it. And after a little 6-0 run from North Central, Elmhurst responds with a 4-0 run of their own, forcing Michelle Roof to call timeout. Just under 2 minutes remaining now in our first half. Thanks for joining us here on Blue Jay TV. I'm Jason Doro. The producer today is Glenn Liljeberg, and our director is Dennis Bergen. A big shout out to them for keeping us on the air today for 2 contests. This game will be followed by the men's basketball game between Elmhurst and North Central right about a half hour after this one wraps up. Scheduled for a 4 o'clock tip. Might be a little bit after that when we actually get underway. Elmhurst 8-8 on the year, sitting right at 500, and definitely in position to move above 500 today against North Central, who is 4-12 on the season. Cardinals made the short trip northeast up here to Elmhurst, about a half-hour drive to get down to Naperville, where North Central College is located. Here's Dimitrova, rips through, and draws the foul on the shot. Here you see Dimitrova with the move into the middle of the paint, then the spin and the shot, and just enough contact to get the whistle from the official. The foul is on Julia Madrid. She picks up her 2nd of the contest. Dimitrova misses the free throw, though. The sophomore forward out of Wheeling shoots 42% at the stripe this season. Plays about 20 minutes per contest and averages 6 points and 4 rebounds. Tethny Carrillo has most of the starters in here as we near halftime. Wyrick back in at point, joined by Jones, Eppard, Henderson, and then Georgia Garvey. Not a full court press here from North Central, but still some pressure. Probably a trapping defense that Roof has drawn up. That pass inside deflected. It goes out of bounds and stays on the Elmhurst end. Michelle Roof sure does like to switch up what she does defensively. We've seen them go zone, go full court press. They've thrown some traps at the Blue Jays. But once Elmhurst has got it across half court, they've been deadly offensively. Again, North Central in the passing lane. That time it was Rebecca Foley knocking it out of bounds. 10 seconds left for Elmhurst to shoot in this possession. Wyrick plays point, guarded by Whipple. Garvey left open for 3. Her shot a little long, off the bounce. North Central takes it. It's Foley in transition, has to pick it up. Maya Walls left open, and she buries the 3. Walls has 3 points in this contest. That's her only bucket. And again, Elmhurst turns it over. Here's North Central. They try another 3. It was Whipple on the attempt. She can't connect. It stays at an 18-point contest. More full court pressure here. Wyrick with a crossover to get it across the timeline. 20 seconds between shot clock and game clock as we get close to halftime here. Henderson in the corner. Elmhurst had a chance to go 2 for 1, but that chance has expired. Wyrick on the drive, rips through, but she traveled. Blue Jays were hoping for a foul call. Instead, it's another turnover. And the Blue Jays have turned it over a fair amount of times here in the second quarter. North Central hasn't made them pay, though. Just 2 points off turnovers for the Cardinals. North Central shooting 15% from the floor, 23% from deep. Michaela Reedy backs down Garvey. Dishes it out. Now on the drive, Braun, who misses the bunny, and it rolls out of bounds off the rebound. Braun had an easy chance at a rebound, or at a bucket there. Elmhurst gets it back with 3 seconds left until halftime. Jones passes it in. Eppard, who will heave from 60 feet. And she catches the bottom of the backboard. And as she goes to the bench, she gets coached up saying, maybe you had a chance to hit a teammate there before halftime. The score 37-19, 11 points from Michaela Eppard and 11 rebounds. The senior has a double-double, and we'll take a break here on Blue Jay TV. The score at the break, Elmhurst 37, North Central 19.
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming. They're finishing their playing careers here, and so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student-athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got a dollar sign, they have to do it, this is how they have to stay in school. They don't have to be there. They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player, and there's something that's special about that experience to me, coaching that player.
Elmhurst College is much more than buildings, courses, and credits. It's a supportive community of individuals who are committed to helping you reach your full potential. But don't take my word for it.
I visited a lot of schools, but when I came here, it was just like, I'm home.
As soon as I walked on campus, I felt like I could dive right in and get involved.
Getting involved is easy, especially in class. The average class here has just 17 students.
Every faculty and staff here just wants me to succeed.
I can go up to them, and it's not just office hours. Like, I'm here from 10:30 to 11:30. It's actually like, whenever you need help, my door's open.
There's a real connection that takes place. I'm frequently asked, what do I teach? I never say music. I teach people. Music's the vehicle.
It was great to see that rather than just teaching textbook material, they're actually giving you some industry insight.
I'm a vocalist. I'm out in the clubs performing. I'm touring in Europe and performing. So they see how their life can transition into that.
A lot of my friends from other universities, they don't get to be a part of undergraduate research, professional development at such an early stage.
They're truly there to help you and to build you and to make sure that you are amazing.
And at Elmhurst, you can be amazing all around, including on the field. Football is just one of 20 Division III sports.
We went straight to the Final Four of the nation, and that was a great way to come in and start off the season.
They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player.
Wrestling wasn't my life. I was able to go out and do a lot of different activities and get involved on campus.
We are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things.
How do you want to get involved? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
Our campus has over 100 clubs and organizations.
Whatever you want to do, there's something here for you to do.
Concert choir, the wind ensemble, gospel choir,
Habitat for Humanity, Global Poverty Club.
I'm an orientation student leader,
SGA,
Best Buddies.
Greek life at Elmhurst College is really focused on leadership and discovering who you really are.
To be part of all these different organizations and get to know all these amazing people is why I love Elmhurst.
You can also get to know the world beyond the campus. Elmhurst offers study abroad opportunities in 44 countries.
I studied abroad in Granada,
Holland, Germany,
El Salvador,
Israel and Palestine,
Costa Rica,
Czech Republic.
Back at home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of our great location. Downtown Elmhurst is just a short walk from campus, and the Metro train will take you to the world-class city of Chicago in just 30 minutes. When it comes to career preparation, we've got you covered. Elmhurst will connect you with the people and the experiences you need to reach your full potential.
Elmhurst allows you to grow into the knowing, and I appreciate that there's a journey that we encourage. It's not just in one program or one department, it's threaded throughout everything that we do.
Elmhurst College pushes you to truly find who you are as a person and as a professional.
They will make sure no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there's going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
If I had to say why Elmhurst would be the best option for nursing education, I would say because you don't have to be big to be the best. We have all of the student services, we have all the educational services, the excellent curriculum and faculty, so we're not big, but we are the best. We have a state-of-the-art simulation center, and I have seen many sim centers across the nation, and this one is truly, truly remarkable.
The professors there encourage us to make mistakes because it is simulation, and they want us to learn from our mistakes.
Going to the sim lab that's actually in Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, it's really, really cool. The facility is amazing, it's brand new.
What the simulation center consists of are mannequins, but these aren't just mannequins like you've seen before where you do CPR. Our mannequins talk to you. Our mannequins birth babies. Our mannequins cry. If you don't do what you need to do as a nurse to our mannequins, they will die. So what we do is actually simulate experiences in real life that you will see as a nurse, and you get to make mistakes without hurting people.
At any school you can learn the skills, but I feel like at Elmhurst, the faculty and staff are encouraging us to do more.
They're always passionate about what they do, and I think that's very important. One of my professors said,
you don't just want to be a good nurse, you want to be the best nurse.
We do have many partners in the community at Elmhurst College, and basically we have to. We rely on our community partners to provide that clinical education piece. So while we are there with our students, side by side, teaching them, we couldn't do it if we didn't have the clinical partners. I think our faculty are our gems here. When you come to Elmhurst for nursing education, you will receive your education from clinical specialists. You can be good as a clinician, but that doesn't make you a good educator. We need excellent educators to be able to translate that theory into practice for our nursing students.
I got on the floor, and after a few weeks working with my clinical instructor and working with my classmates and collaborating, it really has provided me with a safe space to, talk to my instructor, talk to my other peers, and really work together to build my confidence and competency as a future nurse.
I feel like they are preparing me well, and I have no doubt that in a short year and a half that I'll be ready to go out into the world and be a nurse helping patients.
Our students are working everywhere. We have students working in schools, hospitals, and in community health settings. So our students are really everywhere. We don't just teach, we change lives.
I love when people ask me, okay, what can I do now that I'm here? I'm in the honors program, being a part of Union Board,
Best Buddies, Student Government,
Debate Club,
Relay for Life, the Research Keystone program.
Greek Life,
Tri Beta,
Juggling Club,
Student Ambassadors.
Once you get here, there are plenty of things going on. Serving the community is such a huge part of being an Elmhurst College student.
Center for Professional Excellence has a whole department and team ready to help you get involved with community service.
I think one of my favorite ones would have to be when I joined Golden Crew. The organization itself focuses on pediatric cancer. We had like a whole scavenger hunt for them, and I dressed up as Batman and kind of helped lead them through the entire experience. And it was kind of really like a humbling thing.
Being able to plan homecoming the last 4 years, it was really honestly one of the best experiences that I've had here. I don't think I would have been this social or this confident if I wasn't part of the 10,000 things that I get the opportunity to be a part of every day.
The connections that you make on this campus, both in your academic classes as well as the different service organizations or just activities you get involved in, give you the opportunity to really get out there. Making those connections isn't something that's superficial. It's something that you get here as an experience. It's something that is going to carry on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're coming here to get a degree, but your 4 years in college aren't just defined by that. It's by all the things that you're involved in, and the people that you meet, and the way that you meet those people is by getting involved.
Definitely being on the cross country and track team, that has been really great. The athletic community as a whole is really inclusive and inviting, and then having that team, it's really family oriented. We usually have 20 girls on the team, and we're all brought together by our love for running, and our coach is really instrumental in that. But you get to know each other so well through practices, and you're going through all these really hard workouts together. So you're putting everything you've got out there, and you're all supporting each other. You get to know each other on a really personal level that you might not otherwise just by meeting these girls in class. So you get to know about their families and their classes and their goals for the season, and you really support each other. The Division III athlete is kind of the perfect balance of student athlete too. You still get your sport, and it's highly competitive, and we compete just as much as the D1 athletes do, but then we are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things. I know a lot of the girls on my team and myself are involved in a lot of other clubs and organizations, and I feel like at a D1 school you kind of are limited. You can only be on your sports team and then study too for your classes. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that.
Originally, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm alone. What am I gonna do? What could I possibly do? What's ahead for me? And once I got on campus, I just excelled. I utilized all my resources coming here. It was a program called Direct Connect, which was a minority program to get students situated with the campus 2 weeks before school started. So I actually lived on campus 2 weeks before. I went to seminars, which actually helped us get acquainted to the long campus hours. The teachers that were in the seminars were actually going to be our teachers that were on campus. So we have something here called the first year seminar, which not only is supposed to promote growth within the freshmen, but also serve as a guidance or a type of direction for their first time here. And they were ecstatic. Like, they helped me, they gravitated towards me, and I actually use them as a stepping stone even now in senior year. Growing up, like, I did not have that type of support. In high school, you think like, oh, like, you can stay after class, but what will other students think? I think once I got here, it was more so like, what do I want? Like, just having a drive, a motivation to like go forth and actually reach out for help or ask for help.
The teachers are extremely approachable.
The one-on-one interaction has really helped me find that passion.
I learned that no goal is too big.
They want you to network and then take risks because that's how it's going to be in your practical life.
They want us to succeed just as much as we do.
More of a learning experience, I think, outside of the classroom.
Various opportunities to really dive into different viewpoints.
Elmhurst fosters that environment of openness and everyone contributing to the greater good.
Elmhurst really challenges you to keep an open mind.
I went to Jamaica for 2 weeks. I came back with a whole new perspective.
They will make sure, no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there is going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
Through research, I've been able to go to all these new places, and I've also been able to really broaden my perspective.
We go in the field as pre-service teachers sophomore year.
I've exceeded what I thought at 18 years old walking on this campus that I could do.
Coming back to Elmhurst at my age has allowed me to see that, yes, I have the potential to do other things.
And it's helping me grow to be a better leader.
I feel like I've been more prepared than I have ever been before in my life.
I don't want to be a blank slate. I want there to be lots of dimensions to me.
I'm going to be able to do something that's going to matter in this world.
I want to be that voice for people that can't speak up for themselves.
Without this school, I don't think I would have gone after those motivations or those dreams.
The people around me and the resources the school has allowed me to reach my potential.
Definitely ready for the real world.
There's always a new experience like right around the corner. I didn't plan on running here, and then like right before school started, I emailed Coach Eric Gouda. I sort of have been running this summer, and I've always been a runner. What if I joined the team? And he was like so excited about it, and he was just very welcoming about it. So the fact that I came into the school with like 17 other people that were runners and I had something to relate with, that was awesome. Since we're all D3 athletes, school comes first, athletes come second, but at the same time, we're playing that role 24/7. And it's really helpful that like I don't just have this cross-country family, I have all the athletes here on campus that I know I can like relate to in some way. There's so many opportunities here that, you know, help you push you in the right direction, and there's always someone to help you along the way and support you and be your friend and also be your professor and also be your coach and be your mentor, and there's just so many different roles that you can connect one-on-one with everyone.
Welcome back to R.A. Faganell Hall. Our halftime score here in the western suburbs of Chicago. Elmhurst College 37, North Central College 19. Thanks for joining us here on Blue Jay TV. I'm Jason Doro. Today's producer is Glenn Liljeberg, and the director is Dennis Bergen. These guys will be working hard this afternoon, this evening, to bring you today's doubleheader between Elmhurst and North Central. Again, Elmhurst leads by 18 here at the break. Let's check our halftime stats. The Blue Jays shot 38% from the floor, 35% on their three-point attempts in that first period, first half, I should say. 3 of 4 at the stripe as well, so a pretty decent rate at which they're shooting from the floor. On the other side, the Cardinals had some offensive woes to deal with. 14% from the floor, 23% from deep, 6 of 9 at the free throw line. 13 offensive rebounds for Elmhurst in that first half as well, and that definitely helped out on the offensive end. Elmhurst led by as much as 24. They jumped out to a 33-9 lead. North Central was able to quell that at least momentarily with a 6-0 run, but here we are at the break, and Elmhurst still leads by 18. A few other stats to peek at here. 10 bench points for Elmhurst, just 5 for North Central. And the Blue Jays have 15 points off turnovers, 14 points in the paint, and 11 second chance points. North Central in those categories, 2 points off turnovers, 4 points in the paint, 5 second chance points. So Blue Jays really blowing the Cardinals away statistically through 20 minutes. We should also mention Michaela Eppert with 11 points and 11 rebounds in the first half. She already has a double-double. The All-American is averaging a double-double on the season with 17 points and 11 boards. Hannah Henderson had 7 points and 7 rebounds in that first half as well, so she's on track for a double-double too. Kelly Wyrick had 6. Kayla Jones had 5. Julia Madrid had 4. On the other side for North Central, 4 points for Whipple, 7 for Reedy, 3 for Walls, a deuce for both Foley and Dessenberg. So here we are underway in half number 2. Playing point is Wyrick. Her pass ripped away, kept in bounds by the Cardinals. Wyrick dribbles in, elbow jumper. Her shot clangs off. Rebound for North Central. It was Dimitrova bringing it down and then immediately fouled. The foul is charged to Wyrick, who does play some pesky defense. She picks up foul number 2, first foul of the half against Elmhurst. Inbound pass is a little bit long and stolen away by Henderson. Her left-handed dribble and then pass stolen away momentarily. Eventually the Blue Jays get it back and then toss it off a North Central foot. It was Wyrick on the deck. Let's take another look to sort this one out. Yeah, there's Wyrick trying to pick up the basketball. Running through and kicking it was Maya Walls. So Elmhurst keeps possession. A sloppy start here to quarter number 3. Eppert on the block, and she traveled. She definitely switched pivot foots there on the post up. Another turnover committed by the Blue Jays. And let's see if North Central can get it to the other end of the basketball court. Here are the Cardinals. Left-handed drive and shot from Lindsey Brennan. The sophomore connects on the layup. And North Central will supply some full court pressure. Elmhurst easily breaks it. Logan with a head fake off to Bailey for 3. Her shot comes up short, rebounded by Logan. A fresh shot clock for the Blue Jays, who are working with the small lineup here. Logan, Bailey, Wyrick, Henderson, 4 guards in the contest, and then Eppert, the lone forward. Eppert with it, cross-court pass. Bailey has some space for 3, but decides to pull it out. Logan, 8 on the shot clock. Flips it over to Bailey, long 3 up. She airballs off the bounce, picked up by Dimitrova, but she skidded away from where she picked up the basketball and traveled. Turnovers abound to start quarter number 3. Inbound pass to Wyrick. She has space but misses the layup. It's poked out of bounds, and they say it's off a Blue Jay. Or rather, they issue a foul. Hannah Henderson picks up foul number 1. 2 fouls against the Blue Jays in quarter number 3. Blue Jays racing around to pressure the North Central Cardinals here. Dimitrova open in the corner. She traveled again. And Dimitrova has traveled on back-to-back North Central possessions, giving the ball back, right back to Elmhurst. Michelle Roof, the head coach of the Cardinals, talking to an official on the far side as her defense sets up another full court pressure. Elmhurst breaks it. Eppert on the drive. Flips it up with the left. It rolls around and goes. Good job by Eppert to get inside and split the defenders. As a foul is called against North Central, let's take another look. And nice move by Eppert. Squeezes between 2 defenders and scores. 3 fouls against Elmhurst in this quarter now. Wyrick was the one who picked up the foul during that last pause in the action. She has 3 personal fouls as well. North Central to inbound underneath. Down by 18. Inbound pass poked away by Lisa Logan. She decides to pull it out 18 feet from the hoop. She had some cutters, but wasn't able to pass it to them as she was double teamed on the far side. Cross-court pass right back to Logan. Feed for Eppert, goes up with the right, and she was hit across the arm by Dimitrova, who is having a rough start to quarter number 3. A classic Michaela Eppard move, collecting the basketball at the elbow and driving from there. The senior goes to the stripe, shooting 73% there on the season, and is a little bit strong on the first free throw. Eppard this afternoon has 13 points, 11 rebounds, and she's shooting at 60% from the floor, 6 of 10 on her field goal attempts. Free throw number 2 also bangs off the back iron. It remains a 18-point contest. Maya Walls tries a 3. Got it. Walls has 6 points. A pair of trays for her. A 5-2 run to start off the second half for North Central. Wyrick, no-look pass to the corner. Bailey's 3, a little strong. Rebound brought down by Reedy. That was a great pass from Wyrick. Looked off the defender in order to free up Bailey in the corner. Another 3 on the way. This time it's Reedy who can't find Twine. And the long rebound rolls out of bounds. Reedy has 7 points tonight on 2 of 6 shooting. She's 2 of 4 on 3-point attempts and currently leads North Central in the points department this afternoon. Bailey, Wyrick, why not? Let's try a 3. Good! Kelly Wyrick connects on the dribble, 9 points for her. Elmhurst leads by 18 again. Wild shot from Whipple, no good. 3-on-2 for Elmhurst. Eppard decides to give it up. Wyrick, another 3 on the way. Yes! Back-to-back triples for the freshman. Elmhurst on a run midway through the third quarter and up by 21. And Reedy will stop the bleeding by drawing that foul. Here's another look. Wyrick from the top of the key. That's the spot for the lefty. Wyrick has a dozen now. She's perfect from deep. 4 of 4 on her 3-point attempts. 4 of 7 from the floor overall. Lisa Logan runs off to the bench, replaced by Kayla Jones. 4 fouls against Elmhurst in this quarter now. And North Central will be shooting free throws for almost 6 minutes here in the third quarter. And they'll go to the stripe right now. Mason Whipple draws a foul on Jasmine Bailey. Elmhurst continues to double team and attempt to force turnovers. Bailey picks up her second of the afternoon. As Whipple toes the stripe. Whipple, a senior guard out of Byron, played in 12 games last year before sustaining a season-ending injury. She averaged over a dozen points per game in those 12 contests, and she hits on free throw number 1. This season, she's averaging 11 points per game and dishing out 3.5 assists per contest, while shooting 72% at the free throw line. Whipple has 5 points this afternoon, 4 turnovers, has not hit a field goal or a 3-point attempt, but she's 6 of 6 at the free throw line after making that one. Not great spacing here for Elmhurst as they try to break the press. They do get it across the timeline and can set up in the half court. Still an interesting zone here from Michelle Rufus Cardinals. Eppard, a 3. Got it! Michaela Eppard is leading the charge today for Elmhurst with 16 points. No surprise that the All-American has been the standout for the Blue Jays today. North Central is going right back to the stripe here, though. And that has to be Michelle Roof's game plan here in half number 2 is get points with the clock stopped. It's Lindsey Brennan at the stripe, who hits free throw number 1. She's shooting 61% at the free throw line this year. Brennan now has 3 points today, 1 of 5 from the field. Free throw number 2, also good. 48-28. 20-point contest. Elmhurst has led by as much as 24 this afternoon. They led 33-9 in the first half. Eppard really rifled that pass to the corner for Bailey. She took a second to corral it. Now she's got a chance at a 3. Yes! Elmhurst is on fire from downtown. 10 of 24 on their 3-point attempts. That time it's Jasmine Bailey who now has 6 points tonight. North Central responds with a basket of their own. It's Mason Whipple who got space and buried this 3. And now we have a timeout on the floor. North Central called it. It was Michelle Roof, who's in her 7th year, heading the Cardinals, who used the TO. 20-point contest, 51-31. Thanks again for joining us here on Blue Jay TV. After this game is over, we'll have game number 2 of our Devil Dip at R.A. Faganell Hall as the men's teams do battle here. About halfway through quarter number 3, Michelle Roof having called a timeout in her 7th year at North Central College. She's had some very good teams as the head coach at North Central. In 2014, 2015, Cardinals led the nation in both scoring and 3-point field goals per game. They qualified for the NCAA tournament that year, and it was the first time they had done so since 1984. In that season, the Cardinals went 22-6. Started the season on a school record 13-game win streak. This year, not so hot, 4-12 on the year. But they have a chance here to cut into the Elmhurst lead. 3 on the way from the right wing, also good. Lindsey Brennan connects on the triple. A short 6-0 run for the Cardinals after Kelly Wyrick had hit several 3s for Elmhurst. Eppard with the chance to work here. Instead, she dishes it off. The Blue Jays zip it around. Now they feed Madrid. Goes up with the right, and it's called a jump ball. Good job by Walls and Foley on the block defending Madrid to tie it up. The possession arrow points to Elmhurst. Just 8 seconds to shoot for the Blue Jays. Jones can't find anyone. Now flings it out for Henderson, who crosses over into the paint and draws the foul. Here's Henderson, who had Whipple a little bit off balance on the perimeter. And she had a tight crossover dribble to keep possession and then draw that foul. Henderson, a senior guard. She hits free throw number 1, shooting 63% at the stripe this season, averaging 9 points per game and almost 4 rebounds in nearly 30 minutes per contest. Next free throw up and no good. Brennan has it off the bounce. Up to Maya Walls. Strong right-handed dribble. Loses it for a second. Now Whipple with a hesitation move. Bumps into Henderson. No foul called, and she throws it out of bounds. Whipple has 9 points today, 2 assists to 5 turnovers. Has not kept the best care of the basketball. Henderson with it. Now Madrid, her pass deflected. Loose ball in the backcourt, picked up by the Cardinals. Foley on the drive, throws it off the glass and in. Maybe this full court pressure will finally pay off for North Central. Logan breaks the press and sets up a half-court offense for Elmhurst. Jones in the corner, into Madrid, doubled, bounce pass to the corner. Now Bailey, she'll try a 3, front rim. Ball tapped around in the paint, rolls toward the baseline, lands on the baseline, and it's off the Blue Jays. Here's another look at Foley's layup. The freshman driving to the bucket and using the bank to make it a 16-point game. Both teams have applied full court pressure for the majority of this contest. This time the Blue Jays sag off. Walls left open underneath. Right-handed layup, no good. There's still a lid on the hoop for North Central. Buckets don't come much easier than that. And they say it went out of bounds off North Central. Michelle Roof definitely disagrees, talking to the officials on the far sideline. Now we're ready to resume play. That time it goes off in Elmhurst hand. After a deflection by the Cardinals, Kelly Wyrick got a finger on it. That sets up the Cardinals in the half court. Whipple playing point with 9 points this afternoon. The only Cardinal who averages in double figures. Maya Walls wants a three. High rebound, tapped around. Hauled in by Kayla Jones. Nearing the end of the third quarter here in Elmhurst, Illinois, with the Blue Jays up by 16. And there's a whistle on the high entry pass. Madrid was posting up near the free throw line. The foul goes against Hannah Vitkis, who picks up number 2. Still only 3 team fouls against North Central in this quarter, though. So Elmhurst inbounds underneath their own bucket. Lob pass out to Madrid, who guns it far side for Logan. Blue Jays swing it around. Jones inside Madrid, backs down her defender. Right-handed layup, rolls around, no good. They triple team Foley on the rebound, and the Blue Jays are called for a foul 90 feet from the bucket. Bethany Carrillo can't be too happy with that. Here's Madrid's shot. Foley's ensuing rebound, and then the foul on Lisa Logan, who picks up her second of the contest. And the reason Carrillo can't like that, not only is it a foul 90 feet from the hoop, but it's a foul at that portion of the basketball court while the other team is in the bonus. And so Foley is at the stripe, getting points for North Central with the clock stopped. Foley now has 5 on the afternoon. She's 2 of 6 from the floor. Also has 3 rebounds. Bricks free throw number 2. Eppard snares the rebound. Eppard continues to rack up stats. 16 points, 13 rebounds for the senior. Bailey zips it near side. Eppard with the back down and the left-handed hook, and it drops. 18 points now for the All-American. A 17-point edge for Elmhurst. Near side, it's Foley. Backs down her defender. And now a travel called. That was Hannah Vitkis, who lost her balance in the paint. Definitely some slippage this afternoon for both sides. They've had trouble maintaining possession of the basketball and keeping their footing on this court this afternoon. That time Elmhurst has a tough time breaking the press, and they turn it over. With the steal, it's O'Neal. She misses the fadeaway jumper. But North Central will keep the basketball as it trickles out of bounds off a Blue Jay. A late sub here for Tethany Carrillo. She gets Hannah Henderson into the game, replacing Kayla Jones. A minute and change left until the fourth quarter. Reedy picks it up. And the entry pass stolen away by Eppard. Eppard just too smart there. Hayden Braun thought she had somebody posting up on the block, and Eppard just read the pass. Eppard's layup no good, rebounded by Foley. North Central has a 4-on-1 here. It's O'Neal at the rim, misses the layup. and the Cardinals just have not been able to finish around the rim. North Central shooting 22% from the floor, down by 17. Henderson on the drive, and she walked. Had to wait a second for the call from the official there, but it seemed apparent that Henderson had traveled on the up and under layup. Just a second and change between the shot clock and game clock here, and North Central travels again. That was Michaela Reedy, who took a step before putting the basketball on the deck. Jessica Dawley re-enters for the Cardinals, replacing Sierra O'Neill, who hasn't seen too much run this afternoon. O'Neill typically plays 15 minutes a game for North Central, who tries to trap Eppert here. She nonchalantly passes it away, though. 12 seconds left in the quarter for Elmhurst, up by 17. Henderson wants the three. A little bit too long. Rebound for Eppert, who goes right back up and draws the foul. And it looks like Dimitrova will be issued this foul. She hit the deck hard as Eppert went up towards the hoop. Several subs waiting for Michelle Roof and North Central here. 4 seconds remain until the fourth quarter. Eppert at the line with 18 points and 14 rebounds in this contest, and she swishes the first free throw. Frankie Pettit enters here. Pettit at 5'10", some much needed size for North Central. Eppert at the stripe, 1 of 3 there so far today. Now 2 of 4 after connecting there. Elmhurst leads by 19. Entry pass to Whipple, who's doubled. She'll have no space to put up a shot. Bailey steals away the cross-court pass, but she didn't have time to put it up either. So that brings an end to period number 3 here at R.A. Faganell Hall, with Elmhurst up by 19 right here on Blue Jay TV. Quarters number 2 and 3 have been really even here this afternoon. North Central actually won quarter number 2, 17-15. Elmhurst took that third quarter by a score of 19-18, but the first quarter was a blowout. The Blue Jays were a runaway train in quarter number 1. They won that period 22-2. They led by 24 at one point, 33-9. And so because of that very hot start, Elmhurst is up by 19 here as we prepare for the fourth quarter. The Blue Jays are 8-8 on the year, looking to move just above 500. And let's take a peek at what's to come for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. They play at Carroll University this Wednesday. That game up in Waukesha, Wisconsin, 7 p.m. tip on Wednesday. Then they'll play North Central again a week from today, 5 p.m. tip against the Cardinals in Naperville. On the other side for North Central, after this game, they play Illinois Wesleyan, who is a very, very stout team. 7-0 in conference play so far for Illinois Wesleyan and 14-2 overall. So that will be a tough game on Wednesday at 7 p.m. in Bloomington. And then, of course, we have the rematch between Elmhurst and North Central a week from today. North Central 4-12 on the year, 2-5 in CCIW action. Elmhurst, as mentioned, an even 8-8 on the year with a 4-3 conference mark. So here we go, quarter number 4. North Central needing a big comeback. And that's the right way to start it off. Lindsey Brennan with the easy left-handed layup. And Hannah Henderson plays point for Elmhurst here, even though Wyrick is on the floor. Again, it's a small lineup for Tethany Carrillo, who hasn't needed as much size today against this rather small North Central team. And that's exactly why Michaela Eppert can get what she wants on the block. That layup gives her 20 points in this game and puts Elmhurst back up by 19. In the corner, it's Whipple. She'll try a three and buries it. Whipple nails the three. She's got a dozen points. 2 of 4 from 3 and 6 of 6 at the free throw line. And now Hannah Henderson goes coast to coast. Some crafty dribbling and then great balance at the bucket to finish. Henderson is into double figures with 10 points. She also has 7 rebounds in this one. Jumper from the free throw line for Whipple, no good. She's really shot well from three-point range and from the free throw line, but she's 0 of 5 on all her 2-point shots. An odd phenomenon for Mason Whipple this afternoon. Jessica Dawley picks up a foul there. First foul of the quarter. A couple of cross-court passes helps Elmhurst break the press. Bailey near side. They float it right back to Henderson. Now Bailey with 7 on the shot clock. Eppard trying to break this North Central zone. It will be Bailey triggering a three and missing. Pettit snares the rebound. Whipple in transition. Pass over to Dawley and she travels. Half number 2 has delivered a steady stream of travels and turnovers. Both these teams playing full court defense, and that's led to all those turnovers and a little bit of sloppy basketball. Bailey on the baseline, floats it up, and that's definitely a home court roll. Around the rim, off the backboard and in. Whipple breaks the press, walls a three. Off rim, backboard no good, tapped out of bounds, and it will stay on this end. Paige Dessenberg enters for North Central here, trailing by 20. Dessenberg open for the jumper. The 17-footer, no good. This time it trickles out of bounds without touching a Blue Jay, and Elmhurst gets the ball back. 3 different Blue Jays in double figures here. Kelly Wyrick has a dozen on 4 3-pointers. Hannah Henderson has 10 points, and Michaela Eppard has 22. This time it's Lisa Logan with the drive and the finish. A quiet afternoon for the junior guard. Just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. But she hasn't turned the ball over. She's played stellar defense. She's done all that Tesney Carrillo has needed. Whipple misfires on the 3. And there's a foul on the rebound. This foul is issued to Lisa Logan. She picks up her 3rd foul. She and Kelly Wyrick both have 3. They're the only Blue Jays with more than 2. Some trouble inbounding the basketball here for North Central. And now an illegal screen called against the Cardinals. This foul will go on to Hayden Braun. She picks up her 1st. Only one Cardinal is in foul trouble. And that's Natalie Dimitrova, who has 4. Dimitrova averages 6 points and 4 rebounds per game, and Michelle Roof hasn't got the typical production that she really needs out of the sophomore today. Here's Jasmine Bailey on the baseline. Her floater spins out. Hayden Braun will push for the Cardinals. Off to Whipple, who jabs. Underhands it back to Braun and gets it right back to trigger the offense. Maya Walls. Another whistle and another illegal screen. Paige Dessenberg called for the foul. She picks up her 2nd, 3rd team foul against North Central. And they're losing opportunities to even take a shot with these offensive fouls. 22-point edge for Elmhurst. Jasmine Bailey, the triple. Too strong, offensive rebound to Michaela Eppard. Bailey on the drive. into a storm of Cardinals, and she can't finish. Dessenberg to the corner for Whipple. Whipple hesitating, jabbing, and slowing things up. Rachel Dawson gives it to Dessenberg and can't collect the pass right back from Dessenberg. Cardinals fumbling the basketball on the far end. And turnovers continue to be the story here in the second half. Elmhurst with 21 points off turnovers to North Central's 6. Henderson, Eppard, Bailey floated in for Wyrick, or rather Logan. Now Eppard on the block with the spin, a left-handed hook, a little short. Eppard can't add to her 22 points and 15 rebounds on 60% shooting today. Whipple in the corner, working the baseline. Has to float it out to Dessenberg. Right-handed shot, rolls around and drops with a foul. Here's Dessenberg. 2 Blue Jays on her, and she's still able to finish. The freshman has 4 points today and 2 rebounds. And now she's at the stripe. Entering this game, she was 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Dessenberg is an elementary education major and a freshman out of Warsaw, Indiana, and she hits the free throw. 64-45. Elmhurst up by 19 halfway through the fourth quarter. Michelle Roof will stick with the full court press, and Michaela Eppard is just too big in the middle. No one can guard her, and she enables Elmhurst to easily snap the press. Jones with a right-handed dribble in the paint. Right-handed shot, spins out. Again, North Central fumbles it in the backcourt, and it's tied up on the midcourt logo. Jones getting on the deck, as well as Hannah Henderson tying it up with Hayden Braun there. Tevney Carrillo content to let some clock run now. Leading by 19. Elmhurst looking to move above 500. A win here would move them to 9-8 on the season. Near side Jones, baseline dribble, zips it over to Eppard between 2 Cardinals, misses the bunny. Dickerson with the rebound, passes up to Braun, and she walks. Timely defense from Elmhurst. If there's anything they've done well today, it's been reading the eyes of these North Central Cardinals, knowing where they are passing, forcing turnovers, getting in the passing lanes, and just wreaking havoc in general. The three-point shooting has definitely helped for Elmhurst. Here's Eppard with a jumper, and nothing but net for the senior. She has stretched the floor today. She hit a 3 earlier. There she hits an 18-footer. Let's take another look. Bailey, high pass to Eppard. Cash. 24 points for Eppard. 15 rebounds. She's 10 of 17 from the floor. And Michelle Roof has called a timeout here with just under 4 minutes to play. Recap this game real quick again. 22-2 was the score at the end of the first quarter. Elmhurst had a 20-point edge. They led by as much as 24. They extended that run into quarter number 2 and led by as much as 33-9. Second and third quarters were very tight. North Central took quarter number 2, 17-15. Then Elmhurst won the third quarter by a point. This fourth quarter has been tightly contested. But the first 10 minutes is all Elmhurst needed to essentially secure a victory today. As long as they continue to fight and play smart basketball in these final 4 minutes, they'll come away with a victory and move to 5-3 in CCIW action. North Central on the other side, unless they can generate a comeback here, will drop to 2-6 in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. So here we are out of the timeout. North Central still hasn't got a win this year on the road. They're 0-4 in true road games. Elmhurst has protected home court. A win here would make them 6-3 at R.A. Faganell Hall. Madrid, left-handed dribble to the baseline. Dishes it off, now Jones, but she lost it. Here come the Cardinals. Braun, crossover, hands it off to Dickerson. Her left-handed shot off the glass, good. That was actually Rachel Dawson finishing it off for North Central, who trails by 19. Dickerson comes down with this rebound. Braun across half court to the corner. 3 on the way, no good. That was Selena Juarez trying the 3. Under 3 minutes to play. Georgia Garvey, her 3 deflected. Bailey hauls it in, hands off for Jones, who is fouled on the layup. The foul is on Dickerson. She picks up her first. And Jones goes to the stripe. Jones has 5 points today, 2 of 6 from the floor, 5 rebounds as well. She misfires on free throw number 1. Maya Walls re-enters, replacing Andrea Dickerson. It's been a tough day offensively, especially for North Central. Jones hits that one, extending the Elmhurst lead to 20 points. Long 3 on the way. No good from Dawson. Rebound and a putback from Foley, but she misses. Juarez up, misses again. Ball loose on the baseline, picked up by Eppard. And there's your story today. North Central has not finished around the basket. Jones on the drive. Right-handed shot off the bank, good. Elmhurst has done the opposite. They've been good around the hoop, and they've hit their three-pointers today. Almost 35% from downtown for the Blue Jays. On the block, it's Foley, and as she turned, she drew the foul. Just one Cardinal is in double figures. That's Mason Whipple, 12 points, 2 assists for her. Brennan has 9, Reedy has 7, Walls has 6. And the crowd applauds Jasmine Bailey and Michaela Eppard as they stride off the court. Inbound pass to Foley. Braun. She hooks around her defender and draws the foul. North Central wants to extend this game. They're not giving up easy in the final moments. Down by 22. 4 fouls to each side, so we will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. On the drive, it's Dawson. She draws the foul. Dawson working on Courtney O'Donnell. Garvey was the secondary defender, and she picks up the foul. Dawson is a freshman forward from Ransom, Illinois, played at Dwight Township High School. She connects on free throw number 1. Tethny Carrillo getting some new faces in the game. Elena Cabrera enters, and then Carrillo calls timeout. Down to our final minutes now at R.A. Faganell Hall for game number 1 of a doubleheader between Elmhurst and North Central. After this game is over, we'll break for approximately a half hour, and then we'll come back with the 2 men's teams who will duel hopefully around 4:15 or so. And that should be a good one. Elmhurst and North Central both with solid seasons going for their men's teams. Here in game number 1, Elmhurst has run away against the North Central Cardinals. They led by 24 in quarter number 2, a 33-9 edge that has wavered a little bit. North Central drew within about a dozen about midway through this contest. Elmhurst fought back, though. They continued to fight, and they lead by 21 with just less than 2 minutes to play. Dawson hits the free throw. It's a 20-point game again. Here's that full court defense, and now Michelle Roof's team is getting in the face of their opponents and trying to deflect any entry pass. Elmhurst gets it into O'Donnell, who flips it back to Jones. Jones doubled in the backcourt, heaves it up for Cabrera, getting her first minutes of the contest. Marissa Urso now off to O'Donnell. They zip it around to Cabrera. Jones with a head fake and a drive. Goes up with the shot and draws the foul. North Central is content to play more basketball. Jones with 8 points back at the stripe. Could get into double figures if she connects on both of these. Free throw number 1 on the way and no good. North Central has definitely played a better second half. They've got their three-point percentage up around 30 now, and they've shot 78% at the free throw line, so they've made those count. Around the bucket is where they've struggled because they're shooting 24% overall from the floor in this one. Braun on the drive, draws the foul, and she'll go back to the stripe. North Central did not lead at any point in this contest. Elmhurst came out guns a-blazing. And we've talked about turnovers a lot today. 23 turnovers for North Central, 16 for Elmhurst. And the Blue Jays lead 23-8 in the points off turnovers margin. Braun hit the first free throw. Number 2 on the way and good. Here's the full court man-to-man from the Cardinals. They double Jones, who guns it up to Cabrera. She's double teamed and will dish it off for Urso. Picks it up at the elbow, right back to Cabrera. Braun trying to poke it away. Now inside for O'Donnell, who chucks it high off the glass and in. The freshman with some points and minutes here in the final stretch of this ball game. Rebecca Foley on the drive there, draws the foul. Foley definitely quicker than O'Donnell, which allowed her to get to the bucket. Foley today has 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting, 6 rebounds, now 6 points after hitting there. Still only 1 Cardinal in double figures. That's Mason Whipple with a dozen. Otherwise, Brennan has 9, Reedy has 7, Walls has 6, Dawson has 4, and Dessenberg has 5. Elmhurst able to break the press again. And Georgia Garvey hits the 3. Garvey has tried from deep 7 times in this game, and that's the first time she's connected. All 7 attempts she's taken from the floor have been threes. And it's got to feel good to hit that in the final moments here. Urso with a crossover dribble. Pushes in transition. Cabrera tries from the baseline and swishes. Elena Cabrera didn't play until the final couple minutes here. She hits that deep too. And Elmhurst has their largest lead of the night, up by 25. One final heave from Selena Juarez, and she swishes the shot, which drops the lead to 22. But nonetheless, it's an Elmhurst victory, 77-55. A quick check of the stats. Michaela Eppard with 24 points, 16 rebounds. Her double-double leads Elmhurst. Kelly Wyrick had a dozen points, and Hannah Henderson has had 10 as well. So we'll break here on Blue Jay TV, and we'll return in about a half hour as the men's teams from North Central and Elmhurst do battle here at R.A. Faganell Hall. Again, our final score, Elmhurst 77, North Central 55.